The 2017 World Champion Ryota ended up climbing with a Jolteon team to get into rank 37th on the stadium ladder. We're going to be trying out this crazy team and seeing how well it can perform. This is a very fast-paced offensive rain team. We have the Jolteon with the Focus Sash and the Volt Absorb. The Volt Absorb is nice as it can switch into our Caledon, and you have quite a few Pokemon that can bait Electric Shot like Golden Go and Pelipper, and that Focus Sash allows it to stick around for at least one hit. It plays very similarly to the Regieleki, which we saw in Regulation G. The Terra Dark is interesting for the Prankster Encores and Taunts, I assume, from like Whimsicott, but also helps out against the Sci-Span teams a bit. We have the Thunderbolt coverage, strong electric, Jolteon being one of the fastest Pokemon in the format with a base 130 speed. Outspeed's a lot like Sneasler, which is very impressive. You can go for Electro Web to play around a Focus Sash Sneasler and allow for a follow-up from a really strong hit. The Fake Tears is a really powerful combination, lowers the opponent's special defense stat by 2, which is actually a really strong pairing with the rest of the team, especially the Choice Specs Golden Go and the Choice Scarf Pelipper. And then Yawn, which can force some switches, which is interesting without Protect, but forcing the switches can be very helpful and can help set up for end games. And then to pair up with the Jolteon, we have the Choice Specs Golden Go that Electro Web into a fast Make It Rain from the Golden Go. It helps break sashes again on Sneasler, can chip away, does pretty significant amounts of damage with that Choice Specs on the Golden Go. With Terra Steel, Make It Rain, really powerful spread options that can just nuke a board if they don't have a good resist. We have the Shadow Ball coverage for the Golden Go, Thunderbolt as well, and then Trick in order to set up for some board positions if you need to get rid of your Choice Specs, like making a Mungus be locked into like Spore, Rage Powder, or just any Trickermons. Getting rid of Violets, always very nice option. Also, we have the Drizzle Pelipper with the Choice Scarf, which is interesting, but Pelipper is not exactly a fast mon, and this one isn't a timid nature, still a modest nature, so actually still underspeeds quite a decent amount of the format, but will underspeed the Jolteon, which is important because you can go for that Fake Tears combination with a very powerful modest max special attack damage outputting move with Weather Ball in the Rain or really powerful Hurricane, which can be incredible. This one's actually Terra Ground with Terra Blast, so you can actually go for an attack into our Caledon that can potentially nuke with the Fake Tears combination, which can be impressive. And then Ice Beam coverage, because of how many Dragon types are currently around in the format, and actually catch a surprise knockout, which is pretty interesting. We also have this Hisuian Decidueye with the Tailwind support, and it's actually double Tailwind on this team with Salamence and Decidueye. We have the Scrappy Decidueye to help out against opposing Golden Go, which is nice. King Gambit's a big problem to the team, so you do need an answer to King Gambit, and Hisuian Decidueye is really good into King Gambit plus Amoonguss, so really strong there. With the Citrus Berry, this one actually running a bit of bulk, just a little bit of HP, but able to stick around on the field specifically for King Gambit because, again, massive threat to the rest of this team. Terra Steel as a defensive typing to help out against fairy coverage. We have the Triple Arrows, which a good fighting move that can also get some secondary effects, which could be nice. Sucker Punch to pick up surprise knockouts to hit ghost types as well. Tailwind to set up for the rest of the team, especially the Choice Specs Golden Go and Pelipper. And then, of course, Protect is standard. We have the Life Orb Salamence, which this one's a really unique one. It's max special attack, max speed, but with a naive nature, because this one is a Life Orb Terra Steel set. Terra Steel is just a defensive typing to help out against ice coverage as well as fairy coverage. And then Draco Meteor, which you expect on a max special attack variant. Tailwind, again, a secondary Tailwind. And then Dual Wing Beats, which is a 2-hit flying type attack, which can help break through Sneasler's Focus Sash, which can be very nice. And it is Salamence's strongest flying coverage that is physical. And being able to hit Pokemon like Volcarona and Sneasler on the physical side, playing around Focus Sashes, can be pretty solid. Finally, the last mon with the download Porygon 2 with a Violet. So this one is not like your standard Porygon 2. It does have Trick Room, it does have Terra Blast with Terra Fighting, which is mainly for King Gambit and our Caledon. You have Ice Beam, which is pretty standard. No Recover on this Porygon 2. It is Shadow Ball, and it is Shadow Ball to help out against Golden Go, especially again against opposing Golden Go is really nice to help out against the Psychic types as well. And this one, it is max special attack and max speed. It is no bulk, but Porygon 2 with a Violet is already incredibly bulky. The Intimidate on Salamence helps it on the physical side. It is a fast Porygon 2 to take advantage of Tailwind and reverse Trick Room just to help out against the opposing Trick Room matchup, because and be a little bit scary there. Able to do quite a bit because this one, again, max special attack, able to do a lot with its really strong coverage options. Ice coverage and fighting coverage are really good in the format and can really just surprise an opponent off guard and might make them second guess going for Trick Room because Porygon 2 might reverse the Trick Room. If you would like to check out the details of the team and the creator, they'll be linked in the description down below. Rillaboom, Primarina, Dragapult, King Gambit, Magmar, and Sneasler. All right, very standard team, very standard. Dealing with the King Gambit's a little bit terrifying, but I should be able to manage otherwise. Golden Go's really good. I do like the Decidueye here. Pelipper, it's not bad either. I do gotta watch out though. Let's see. What do I wanna? Like Scarf Hurricane's good, but we don't outspeed Dragapult, which is a big deal. We don't outspeed Sneasler because we're modest and not timid. I think I do like the Decidueye lead. I think the Decidueye lead is really strong here. And then who am I partnering up with? I don't know if I go Golden Go, because that could lead pretty badly. I don't think I want to lead Jolteon if I do bring it. It'd probably be Backmon. I'd probably go with like maybe Golden Go lead, Golden Go Decidueye, because if they lead King Gambit, I dress in with Decidueye. Yeah, that doesn't sound too bad. Back Pokemon, I really don't like Salamence other than Sneasler. I like Jolteon. I don't really like Porygon. Maybe it's Pelipper, which I'm not even that big of a fan of realistically. I don't know. It's a little bit weird because I'm not exactly too sure if Pelipper is correct or Salamence is correct. Salamence helps out against Sneasler with Intimidate, helps out with the Rillaboom. Pelipper better offensively against the rest of the team, but weaker to the mons I had mentioned. So we'll see what we can do. Gonna be Primarina and Dragapult lead. Okay, this is a really good Golden Go lead. Golden Go Decidueye is actually pretty strong here. I'll definitely take it. Because we can go for like a Tailwind right off the bat. We could go for Sucker Punch. I think I am just going to fire off a Tailwind most likely. Primarina probably wants to protect here. I feel like, what would you go here? The thing is, Primarina does draw into Moonblast. I could Terra Steel, but I don't know if I want to Terra Steel. Like, go for the Terra immediately. I also won't resist the King Gambit, which is a problem. I don't need Tailwind, I guess, this turn. I think I'm going to go for triple arrows into the Primarina, and I'm going to go for Make It Rain. Yeah, let's go for it. Primarina going to protect, which is fine. I want to see what the Dragapult did. Did Phantom Force? Yeah, Phantom Force. So it's probably Phantom Force and a Golden Go, I imagine. They could Phantom Force the Decidueye, but I think that's okay. But the thing is, the Pult is now locked into that Phantom Force, right? So it is forced to go for that attack the next turn, and I can go for a KO into the Dragapult slot. It's one reason why I didn't want to go for Tailwind, by the way, is because of that option. Now I think I'm just going to protect the Decidueye and go for the Terra Steel, Make It Rain, because I'll be able to snipe the Dragapult. And getting rid of Dragapult's amazing. It is faster than Jolteon and the biggest threat, I think, to my team in general. So now that I can get rid of that Dragapult safely, I think that's pretty good. So these are still a problem, but at least I have Electroweb on Jolteon, which will allow me to take advantage of being able to outspeed it and double it up, maybe potentially getting that knockout. We will go for the Terra to get rid of the Phantom Force weakness. Only way that I think this goes poorly is if they Phantom Force the Decidueye into Moonblast. But I think if you're going to lock in a Phantom Force, you're probably just going to go for the Golden Ghost slot. So we'll protect our Decidueye. Let's see. Did they who would you Phantom Force? You Phantom Force the Golden Go. Yep, that's exactly expected. Did a lot of damage. I actually took that a bit worse than I thought, but this is a Choice Specs Make It Rain coming out into the Dragapult as well as the Primarina. Look at that damage. Look at that damage. That's insane. I actually would have KO'd the Primarina too. All right. But I went for the triple arrows earlier, so it was an okay play regardless. Although it does have Citrus Berry, so that would have changed the range. Sucker Punch would have been better, but okay. That works out really well. Moonblast goes out into the protecting Decidueye. Okay, fantastic. If they go King Gambit here, I'm willing to take trades of just going for the triple arrows into the King Gambit slot and just go for Terra Steel, Make It Rain. I don't think I need Golden Go too much in this matchup. We're going to see the Sneasler come out, which makes sense. So I gotta watch out here. This is close combat coming out into the Golden Go most likely. I don't want to take a... I don't really have a good switch into Moonblast. That's one problem. And I can't KO the Primarina because I don't have Leaf Blade. So I think the play is just to switch out into Pelipper. Yeah, I think switching out to Pelipper is correct and just go for Make It Rain. Because this also covers if they... I mean, Hyper Voice and Moonblast, I'm still taking a lot of damage regardless. But if they don't attack the Golden Go here, they're in a really bad spot. Get the Drizzle active. They go for the Dire Claw. Oh, they made a mistake. They made a mistake. This is Choice Specs Make It Rain. Although we might activate Unburden on Sneasler, which is unfortunate because if we do activate Unburden on Sneasler, it's now faster than my Jolteon. Yet, I still don't think that's too bad of a trade as long as I still have this Decidueye for the King Gambit. So, not too bad. All right, who are they going out into now? King Gambit? I think that's King Gambit. Yeah, King Gambit comes out. All right, perfect. We're going to go for a Weather Ball into the Sneasler. We're just going to go for Make It Rain. If they Sucker Punch Dire Claw, that's fine. Yeah, because with the combination of Jolteon plus Decidueye, I think I win the game. Yeah, I have Sucker Punch too, which can help out. They go for Sucker Punch into Golden Go, which makes sense. It's going to pick up the knockout. I don't think I outspeed any Sneasler. Maybe if it's Adamant and not Unburden, maybe I do, but I don't think I otherwise. Yeah, they just get a Dire Claw off into the Pelipper. So Pelipper goes down, not too surprising. All right. So I'm going out into Jolteon and I'm going out into Decidueye. I do have access to Sucker Punch, so I can always trap the Decidueye. The question is, how much is the Gambit going to accomplish? Because that's a really big deal. So we'll bring out the Jolteon. And we're going to go for Yawn into King Gambit, so they have less likely odds of moving. Because they also have Terra still available. So I think I always Sucker Punch the Sneasler and I go for Yawn into King Gambit. Because then I could focus all my efforts into the Sneasler slot and just go for like a Thunderbolt Sucker Punch until they allow me to get that opportunity off. So I don't know if there's going to be a Protect involved from either the Sneasler or the King Gambit. I think it's a mind game because their safest play is probably to go for the Terra Dark with the King Gambit and go for the attacking the Jolteon and Sneasler Protect. Or their other option is to protect King Gambit and Dire Claw the Decidueye. But I'm not sure which one they're going to commit to. We are going to see a Terra come out. This is Terra Flying King Gambit. I'm going to be very sad, but it should be Terra Dark. Yep, Terra Dark. Yep, perfect. Okay. Come on, show me the attack from Sneasler, and that would guarantee the win. Nice. Okay, so we got Sucker Punch off into the Sneasler, and that should guarantee the win because even if they Sword Stance, I just go for Yawn. I can go for Protect with Decidueye, go for Thunderbolt the next turn, and I'll be completely fine. They actually go for Sucker Punch. Interesting. I guess it was to cover for a Terra from Decidueye, and they went for like a double up in Decidueye, but like close combat Sucker Punch, or maybe like Dire Claw Sucker Punch. That worked out beautifully because now I just guarantee the win. I can go for Thunderbolt. I can go for triple arrows. I don't have to worry about too much. I guess I can Protect to be safe, but Terra Dark Sucker Punch crit is not knocking out Hisuian and Decidueye, especially without a Sword Stance boost. And I do have Focus Sash on the Jolteon, so completely all right here. They're going to go for Sucker Punch probably in the Jolteon. Yep. But we do have that Focus Sash, so we'll be hanging around on the field for another turn at least. Thunderbolts plus triple arrows should get the knockout, I imagine. This does 40? Yeah. And then this should KO. Yep, perfect. All right. Not too bad. I think Pelipper ended up not really changing anything because I really just sacked it on. Like Salamence would have actually been helpful because I did get the Intimidate, but yeah, them not respecting the Golden Go because I didn't need my Golden Go anymore. My most important Pokemon I knew in the back were going to be the cleanup with the Decidueye and Jolteon because of how low that they were in HP, so I was able to get huge amounts of Make It Rain damage. Actually, I was only able to get the Sneasler into Focus Sash because of the Make It Rain. If they did target down the Sneasler, I still think it's pretty acceptable. But yeah, because I could have still had a Jolteon around to go for like an Electro up into Thunderbolts and threaten a double knockout that way, assuming we do hit Electro up, of course. All right, Murkrow, Delphox, NDD Male, the Mousehold with Sneasler and Dragapult. I hate dealing with this kind of team. All right, we don't have a good answer to Psychic Spam. We do have Electroweb though. Electroweb's really good here, and I think I do like the Jolteon plus the Golden Go combination because Electroweb plus Make It Rain is actually pretty powerful here. Or should I lead something that can get Tailwind up? But the thing is, I don't really have anything that's really great at setting up Tailwind against this team. I do have Terra Steel on both Pokemon, but I don't know if that's enough. I think I do want to bring Salamence. The question is, do I want to bring Porygon or do I want to bring Pelipper? It might be Pelipper. So I can make sure that my Salamence is invulnerable to a fire move. This is going to be a bit tricky because I don't have terrain control. On the bright side, the Golden Go is really rough for them to handle in rain. So I imagine that Murkrow is coming in. So that's going to be a thing here. They're going to lead Indie. Oh, they lead Indie Delphox, which, okay, that works out. As I lead the Golden Go and the Jolteon. Okay. I have Electroweb. And probably that's what I'm going to go for. I also have Terra Dark, which could be an interesting option here. I'm just worried about... Well, they're not going to Expanding Force. They're going to Heat Wave, right? I don't think you click Expanding Force in front of the Golden Go, unless you really want to catch the Pelipper. I think I'm just going to Electroweb, and I'm going to go for to Make It Rain. I think non-Terra. I could Shadow Ball. Actually, I could Shadow Ball, too. Shadow Ball might be better, because if I get rid of Delphox, I'm in a great spot. You know what? I am going to Shadow Ball. Because it's not the female entity with redirection, it's the male entity. So I get an Electroweb off into the entity, and I'm able to get a Shadow Ball into the Delphox. And that's actually incredible. So I get rid of the Delphox immediately, which is their main answer to Golden Go. Absolutely lovely. Okay. Expanding Force is going to come out from their side, so I guess I could have Terra Dark the Jolteon. I might still go for the Terra Dark, depending on who they bring out. Critting the Golden Go isn't nice, but you know what? Sometimes that's going to happen. A Sneasler is going to come in, which is interesting. Okay. You have to have a Dark move, right? I feel like it has to be Dark move, but I'm not too sure. I'm fine with sacking Pelipper if I absolutely need to. I think the play is just to go for Electroweb and switch out into Pelipper because I don't need Pelipper anymore. I think Golden Go is really good still. So I think I'd rather just go out into Pelipper, get the rain up if I need it. I want to scout for Sneasler if it's a Dark move or not, because Dark move is pretty scary. I don't know if they're going to target down the Jolteon. They could. I think that's fine, though. Bring in the Pelipper to sack here. I mean, if they... Let's see. We do see a Terra. I feel like this has to be like Terra Dark or something, right? Because that's what I'm expecting here. Yeah, exactly. Okay, perfect. So this should be Terra Dark and go for the Golden Go. That was just there. They were trying to cover for a Salamence swap on my Jolteon, which is why they went for the Terra Dark. I had a feeling. We are able to get the Pelipper in, get the Electroweb off, so the entity is really slow, and the Sneasler is also slow, and has taken chip, which is great. Expanding Force is going to come out into both and pick up the knockouts, but that's pretty reasonable for me. Okay. Unfortunately, I think this is going to be a 50-50 between Sneasler and the male entity on do I Terra or not. They got a close combat or they got to go for a throat chop. It's a mind game here. So I bring in the Salamence. I bring in the Golden Go. I go for Make It Rain. I just don't know what if I Terra or not. Salamence is always clicking Tailwind here. So we're going to go for Tailwind. And I think I'm going to lock in my Terra Steel, Make It Rain. Because they don't know what my Golden Go set is. So they don't know. They can't confirm if I'm Terra Steel or not. So I don't know because Sneasler can't protect. which is the annoying part. They protect, I might still lose the game depending on if it's Murkrow back, because foul play actually does do a ton. But I know I need a speed advantage right here, and I need a make it rain. So let's see. Golden Go goes for the Terra. I need Golden Go to get the attack off or it's just over. Let's see. Are they crazy? Okay, they Dire Claw to Salamence. Okay. Poison's fine. As long as it wasn't Sleep or Para would have been way worse, so I'll take it. Hopefully it doesn't screw up the end game, but I think I should win, right? Because Terra Steel Make It Rain should pick up the knockout into the Sneasler easily. I mean, it is plus special defense, but I mean, this is Golden Go. Yeah, Golden Go picks up the knockout on both. They don't have a resist to Make It Rain. They have Dragapult plus, what was it? Dragapult, Mousehold, and Murkrow in the bag. I think they all lose to Golden Go Salamence. All right, beautiful. Beautiful. I mean, I could still lose maybe depending on Salamence missing an attack because Golden Go Make It Rain might miss a knockout here into whatever's coming in. They don't have Terra though, so they can't defensive Terra Mousehold. They can't defensive Terra Dragapult or defensive Terra on Murkrow. But I don't think it should matter too much. Yeah, like I don't know what they can do here to win. Is it Murkrow? Murkrow can't do anything here, right? Because I don't even think foul play knocks out Golden Go. So I think Murkrow has the least likely chance of winning the game. If it's Mousehold, I mean, they need triple protect. They do need triple protect. Okay, so their win con's triple protect. Because I'm pretty sure Terra Steel Make It Rain Oko's the Mousehold. They're same accuracy, right? Draco Meteor dual wing beats. Yeah, so I'm gonna go for, I think Draco Meteor is always stronger here. Yeah, Draco Meteor is always stronger. So I'm gonna go for Draco Meteor into the Mousehold, and I'm gonna go for Make It Rain. Let's see if we pick up the knockout to Mousehold. No protects actually, so Draco Meteor gonna be fired off. I'm actually surprised that Mousehold just went down to the life of Draco Meteor, but okay. I mean, I'm not complaining. Salamence able to pick up that knockout into Mousehold, and that's going to be the game. All right, awesome. Jolteon, Electroweb, super strong there, and I mean super strong. I'm kind of curious if I think I might have been safe from having the Terra if they didn't crit me with the Expanding Force earlier, because if they didn't crit me, Golden Go was a lot healthier. It might have actually been able to take the Terra Dark Throat Chop with the Intimidate, because I would have been, what, like 80-ish%, I think. Maybe. But I think I might have still went for the Terra just for the extra power. Incineroar, Whimsicott, Golden Go, Flamigo, the Tatsugiri Dondozo. I feel like this is supposed to be some bait for the Toxic Strat. Is this Toxic or Tatsugiri with Co-Star Flamigo, or is it just going to be like a scrappy Flamigo, which is actually really powerful still regardless? Okay. Salamence is good against a Flamigo if they lead. It's also good into Whims if I decide to Terra Steel. The awkward part is Dondozo is actually still a bit tough. But let's see, what do I want to go here? Unfortunately, I don't have the best answers, but I think my combination, do I want to bring Porygon 2, I guess is the question. Probably not. I think I want to bring Pelipper because Pelipper plus Jolteon Fake Tears combination is really good to cover for Terra Grass. Yeah, I think I'm gonna lead Jolteon plus the Salamence right off the bat. I think that's okay with my own Golden Go and the Pelipper in the back. I don't really like the City UI too much because it only helps against Golden Go, maybe Incineroar, but I don't think I'm too weak to Incineroar. Porygon 2 is like the only mon I could think, but I'm trying to imagine the trick scenarios, and I feel like I'd rather just have Jolteon outspeed the combination of the, like, just being able to outspeed the Dondozo after the boost and go for Fake Tears, and Electroweb's still really good here. We're gonna see Incineroar Tatsugiri, which is a really interesting lead. Okay. Versus Pelipper and Salamence. Huh. I don't know who you're gonna target here, but this is kind of weird. I feel like fake out in a... Risking Tatsugiri immediately is an interesting play. I think I'm just going to go out into my Golden Go and click Protect. This is the safest way to guarantee I don't lose a Mon right off the bat. I wonder what the Tatsugiri item is, but I don't think this should be Protect Tatsugiri and knock off the Jolteon. I hope it isn't. That would be not great, but let's see. They just fake out what was the Jolteon or Salamence, actually. That works too. All right, what did you go for with the Tatsugiri? Gonna be Muddy Water. Okay, so if it's Scarfed and it's locked into Muddy Water, which is fine. It doesn't really do too much. It is the Toxic Orb strat. Okay, so they do risk the Draco Meteor, so the Tatsugiri is either protecting or switching. I think my play is just to always go out into Pelipper. And... I think I want the Tailwind. Yeah, I want the Tailwind. I don't... Tatsugiri could Terra, which is fine, but I think they're more likely to protect. I think Incineroar just goes for a knockoff into gold. So I think the best place just to get Tailwind up and threaten heavy amounts of damage. If they want to go into Dondozo, that's fine. If they want a Parting Shot, that's okay. If they want to Terra to Tatsugiri, that's okay too. But yeah, it's protect here. They're just trying to stall out because it's probably Flamigo in the back. Okay, I'm gonna be set up. As long as I set up this fake tier situation well, I think I'm okay. They go for the Flare Blitz too. Ooh, all right, perfect. Flame or burn. Okay. This should be Dondozo coming in for the Incineroar. A Life Orb Draco Meteor is really nice here. So I'm just going to go for Hurricane and I'm going to go for the Draco Meteor into Incineroar. Because Tatsugiri can't really risk, I think. Unless they want to Terra. If they Terra, it's fine. Like, they could Terra to Tatsugiri and I'll be okay. So I'll go for the double up in Incineroar because I expect Dondozo to come in. I get huge amounts of damage with Draco Meteor. But maybe the better play was to go out into Jolteon. But I don't want them to Terra to Tatsugiri and then I'm in a really bad spot because they Terra Steel to Tatsugiri and they get an attack off of Incineroar. So I'd rather double up into the Incineroar slot. Oh, we see a switch, which is interesting. Okay. Dondozo coming. That's so risky. I could have doubled up that slot. Okay. Wait, they Terra the Incineroar too. I mean, this is fine for me. I get a Hurricane and a Draco Meteor here. Okay. I Hurricane that slot, so this works out in my favor, but all right. Hurricane gonna come out into the Incineroar. Actually, does this pick up the knockout? Oh, if it did, I would have... I mean, the Draco Meteor would have been redirected into Dozo, which would have been really nice. They should know I'm Scarf on the Pelipper, though. All right. So Incineroar will go down. I can go out into... I mean, they're going to go Tatsugiri, right? Unless they want to go Flamigo into Tatsugiri, which is basically the same thing, but they revealed it. Yeah, so Tatsu is just going to come out immediately. Gonna take a few turns to stall, so I have no idea what the dose is going to click. It could protect to stall out Tailwind turns, since they know that I do have Tailwind on the Salamence, which can't really set up anything, and the Pelipper has Choice Scarf. I am just going to go for Hurricane into the Dondozo and switch out into Jolteon to set up for the fake tier situation. Yes, I'm just going to go into Jolteon. If they protect, it ends up working out really well for me. Because I'm pretty sure I could set up a situation where I get Jolteon in, Thunderbolt threaten the Dondozo, and be in a really good spot. Okay, they play aggressive here, which is fine too. Hurricane does a decent amount. Liquidation into what was the Salamence? Great. Not great. I still think I'm in an okay spot, but could have been better. Could have been better. I need Tailwind up in this game. I hope it's not Rock Slide Dozo. Last turn of Tailwind. Am I going Salamence? No, I think I would I'd rather just stay in Hurricane. Yeah, I'd rather just stay in Hurricane and go for fake tiers. They could protect though. I still think I'd rather go for fake tears plus hurricane. Okay, now they protect. I mean, this is gonna comes down to who's faster, the Dozo or the Pelipper. I still think I'm gonna be in a really good position with my Salamence at the end of the day, because they need to make sure that the Dozo doesn't faint before Flamigo comes in. Tatsugiri is getting poison chipped, but I mean, I think it's like what, 3 turns for the poison to knock out the Tatsu at the range it's at. And when Peter's out, Jolteon should still be faster. Oh, it's gonna take a lot more time. I'm just gonna hurricane and I'm gonna fake tears to Dundozo. So get the fake tears. And I'm faster than Dundozo with Pelipper, so that's really good information. I am able to get the hurricane, huge amounts of damage. They liquidation. Oh, they target the Pelipper. That's incredible for me. I think they expect to protect on the Jolteon. That's incredible because I can go for Thunderbolt now. Rain stops too at the perfect timing because, I mean, it doesn't really change anything. The rain doesn't change anything. So I can go out into my Pelipper, or not Pelipper. I go into Salamence, I set up my Tailwind, and then I could just pin the Flamigo whenever I want. So that's incredible. We will go for the Thunderbolt and the Tailwind, because they already used their Terra on Incineroar, so I'm in a really good spot to outspeed, knock out the Dozo. If they protect, I get a pin the next turn with Thunderbolt into Draco. And more importantly, if I knock out the Dundozo, that means Flamigo never gets the boost. So all this game comes down to, I suppose, is do you get a... How many protects do you need to stall out? You need a lot to stall out the Tatsugiri. I'm pretty sure you need like at least... Okay, so 2 more it looks like. But we are going to go for Draco Meteor and we are going to go for Thunderbolt. Even if we miss Draco, it's not even too bad. No double attempts. Okay, so Dundozo just goes down. Beautiful. And this should be the Draco Meteor connecting into the Tatsugiri, which is going to land and pick up that knockout in the Tatsugiri. Oh, incredible. And then against Flamigo, I should be fine because I also still have a Golden Go, which... since it's not scrappy Flamigo, it can't hit it with close combat, so I should be fine, assuming the Flamigo isn't like some really crazy variant and I don't get super unlucky by missing dual wing beats here along with a crit or something. So we're gonna go for Thunderbolt, we're gonna go for dual wing beat. But yeah, Thunderbolt gonna come out in a Flamigo, bring it down to Focus Sash, which is not too surprising. Okay. And dual wing beat's actually nice for Flamigo in this situation because we do get to play around Focus Sash if it wasn't our Jolteon just outspeeding the Flamigo. But Flamigo will go down without a co-star. It is not really happy to be on stage. And yeah, Jolteon incredible there. Fake Tears combinations were super strong in that game. Could have been scary. The fact that they led Tatsu was surprising to me. It felt like my pivot was pretty good. The only play again would have been Protect Knockoff. And even if they did knock off the Golden Go, I mean, as long as I was still around on the field, like Golden Go didn't even do much in this game afterwards, so I think I would have been fine regardless. Entity, Hatterene, Ursaluna, Porygon 2, Kingambit, Golden Go. Huh. Really weird team, which is gonna be very rough for me, I think. Okay. So this is going to be interesting, mainly because they have double steal on a Trick Room team. There's no Torkoal, which helps. It does help, but yeah, I'm not too sure about this one. I do like Jolteon quite a bit. Jolteon with the Golden Go could be really nice against this team, and I think I am going to bring it. Back-wise, I think I do bring Porygon to reverse Trick Room. Still a pretty bulky Pokemon in general. And then last, I think it's going to be the Decidueye to help out against the Steels, although they do have like 4 fighting weeks, which is nice. 4 fighting weeks because of Scrappy, but I don't know, this is going to be a bit strange, mainly because of the multiple Trick Room Pokemon they have in Porygon 2 and the Size Spam combination. But also I know, oh, Porygon 2 plus Kingambit lead is interesting. Okay. Surprised they would lead this against the Decidueye. All right. I think I'm okay with this. I'm actually going to go for the fake tears into Porygon and just play offensive. If they didn't lead Psy Spam, this might actually work out for me. So I'm actually going to go for the fake tears plus the Terra Steel Make It Rain combination, and it should delete the Porygon. It actually could delete King Gambit if I really, really want to go for the knockdown of King Gambit. But I do have a lot of the Decidueye just being able to knock out the King Gambit. Assuming it's a Terra Dark set, so should be fine. Fake tears going to come out from the Jolteon. Gonna lower that Porygon special defense by 2, and then Make It Rain should do a ton. And this also allows the Golden Goat to play offensive the next turn, because I can still go for a really powerful Make It Rain with the fake tears combination and ignore the special attack drop. But they do go for Kowtow Cleave into the Golden Goat. I think I go down to another one or a Sucker Punch. Specifically, I think Sucker Punch will get me. So Entity is going to come out. All right, this is where it's going to get a little bit awkward. Oh, wait. They brought out Entity? Wait, hold on. You brought out Entity. You brought out Entity, which means you can't go for Sucker Punch. Wait, you just removed an option from the board here. Okay. I guess, I mean, I don't think it's Hattering back, but you know what? I'm going to go for Fake Tears and Make It Rain still. Yeah, like, I don't know what your plan was here. You can't Sucker Punch anymore. This is a Fake Tears in the Entity. This might be a -1 Make It Rain, but it's still Terra Steel. I should be able to blow up the Entity here, assuming no Focus Sash, because we know it wasn't Psychic Seed. If it was Psychic Seed, I probably would have made a different play. I could have Fake Tears Make It Rain the King Gambit. But yeah, it works out. I don't know why they allowed me to do that, but wait, they did have Hattery. What are they doing? What are they doing? Okay. What's actually crazy is I can't go for I can't go for the Fake Tears in the Hattering too, because it has Magic Bounce. But I can go for a Fake Tears into King Gambit and Make It Rain into Gambit. Actually, I don't know if that picks up the knockout. We are -2 special attack. I think it's probably better just to Thunderbolt the King Gambit slot and go for a Make It Rain. This should always be Hattering going for the Terra. Yeah, I don't know what you were doing. I don't know what you were doing. Why'd you let me get the... I understand the first time. Like, if you go Hattering, you could just go for a Sucker Punch there, and I feel like it's safe, but... I don't know. Askew Legion, Male Entity, Murkrow, Chardican, whatever the pre-evolution of the Ceruledge and Armorage family is, Pelipper and Hisuian Typhlosion. What am I looking at here? Why is that on there? Are we gonna see it? Focus Sash Jolteon is incredible in this matchup, and I mean incredible. So I do want to bring Jolteon. Do I want to do Jolteon Salamence, or do I want to do Jolteon Golden Go? Probably Jolteon Salamence, since we do get Intimidate off into the Askew Legion. They lead it. Yeah, I do like that. I think have Golden Go and Pelipper in the back. I could see myself bringing Porygon too, though, but I don't think it's worth it. And I don't have terrain control, so Sucker Punch is worthless in this game. Are we gonna see the shard again? I don't think we are. I hope I'm even saying that Pokemon's name right, because I actually don't know. I haven't seen that Pokemon, well, since I played the game. Since I played the game. I did use it in my story playthrough, I suppose, because I did use Ceruledge. But yeah, Entity Murkrow. Okay, not too surprising, as I lead Salamence plus the Jolteon. Okay. We know it's not Scarf on the Male Entity, because it is slower than my Salamence's Intimidate that just fired off. I don't have the best Electro. Okay, so I think my best play here is to go for the Electro Web. And I think it's actually to switch into Golden Go, because I need Salamence relatively healthy, I think, in this game. So I'm going to go out into my Golden Go, because this should be expanding force. And then I think I always want to preserve the Sash on Jolteon. Only downside to the Jolteon is it doesn't have Protect, so Protect would have been kind of nice to upstall out because I would have liked the Jolteon on the board, but it's okay. I think I'd probably sack the Pelipper if I need to. Yeah, I'd probably sack the Pelipper because Pelipper is not necessary to win the game. We see a Terra. Is this Terra on the Indeedee? Oh, it's in a Murkrow. Interesting. Terra Steel. I guess they didn't want to go down to Thunderbolt, but that makes sense. I know that they can haze away the boost, but that requires them to haze, which means they're not going for foul play. Electroweb going to come out. Oh, they attacked. I did not think they were attacking. I thought they were just going to Tailwind. Expanding Force going to come out. Okay. Foul play. Life Orb. Male Entity. Hardening the Golden Go too. Unlucky, but I think that's acceptable. Ah, that's kind of annoying though. Because they can Tailwind now, and I don't know. Is there entity faster than my Jolteon after the Electroweb? If it is, if it's modest, no. If it's timid, yes. So do I want to take the knockout as a question, or do I want to attempt the Electroweb? I think I'm going to attempt the Electroweb. And I'll go for Make It Rain. Ah, that's such a bad... Oh, wait, they hazed. What? Yeah, you get rid of the speed boost, but I'm about to Electroweb you again. Okay, that's crazy. And I've crit the Murkrow too. I don't know if the crit's mattering into the Choice Specs Make It Rain. It might have, but they were still taking a lot of damage regardless. I do get the Choice Specs Make It Rain off. Okay, so the Murkrow survives, but that actually is... They get Tailwind up, which is the only annoying part, but Haze was definitely a misplay there. All right, perfect. I mean, keeping the sash on Jolteon is the important part. We are going to see the Typhlosion come out. I'm just going to go for... What do I think is in the back, I guess, is the last Pokemon. I mean, I think I just go for Electroweb. And I'm going out into Pelipper. The only awkward part is I have very little ways of stalling out this... Yeah, I have very little ways of stalling here, but Pelipper should be fine on the Eruption. I think it's better to go Pelipper here and get the Electroweb off. If they Sunny Day, it's not even that bad for me because the Murkrow goes down and the Typhlosion becomes -1 speed guaranteed. So that's okay. They do go for the Tailwind. Beautiful. Eruption's coming out, but we are in the rain. Yeah, Pelipper takes 1, which is nice. And Electroweb, we might be able to tank another one because the Typhlosion did take chip damage from Electroweb. It's going to be close. All right, so Murkrow goes down. Their Terra's gone, so I don't have to worry about the Terra, but they still have options. If I can stall out this Tailwind, I think I'm in a really good spot. Legion. Oh, boy. Is it adaptability or Swift Swim? No. Probably adaptability Scarf, right? Oh, wait, no. They did have Pelipper, so it might be... All right. That should be fine, I guess. As long as you don't have a spread move, I think I'm okay. Well, it depends. They don't know I have Wide Guard. So... But they probably might be locked into it with Typhlosion. If they have Shadow Ball with Typhlosion, that's pretty bad here. But I can't really play around that, right? Do I just Thunderbolt Hurricane lock in? I think I do. I think I'm going to Thunderbolt the Basculegion and Hurricane the Basculegion because if I get rid of Basculegion, that's the scariest Pokemon. Oh, they crunch. The Pelipper, okay. It is Eruption. Clutch Jolteon. And I mean clutch. I almost went Salamence, and Salamence would have actually probably... I mean, no, actually, because I took the Eruption and the Crunch, it would have been... That's Assault Vest! That has to be Assault Vest. That's absurd that it took that. What? Alright, we go Salamence. It has to be Assault Vest, right? There's no way. There's no way. Okay. Last time Psychic Terrain, they have 2 turns of Tailwind. Place to always go Golden Go. And dual Wing Beats. the Basculegion. Yeah. Well, if they have Ice Beam for some reason on Assault Vest, like I'm screwed anyway. I need to survive Last Respect into Eruption here. And then I should be, assuming I hit both moves, I should be fine. Oh, they crunch again. Why? Okay. Eruption's not going to do anything. Perfect. Please. This is the important one too. This is the important one. Nice. Okay. Basculegion goes down. Excellent. And trying to figure out, I mean, I always protect, right? Protect is always the right play, and then I Draco Meteor to Typhlosion afterward. Yeah. Last turn Tailwind, but no, there's 2 turns of range, so I should be fine. Yeah. Thunderbolt, protect. I think we're in the, well, we're not in the clear. Salamence, it's Salamence. We have to hit our moves. Eruption gonna come out again. Picks up the knockout on Typhlosion, or into Typhlosion picks up the knock on the Jolteon. It's single target Eruption and Rain, but assuming I just land an attack, I should guarantee the KO here. I have no idea what the Typhlosion item is, by the way. I don't think it's Specs, but I might be missed. Actually, if it's Charcoal, it might be bad. I think Draco Meteor should do more because we have a higher special attack stat, but I think they have, I don't remember Typhlosion's base special defense, but I know its defense is probably lower. But Draco Meteor is also like way more powerful in general as a move, so I think I will go for Draco Meteor. We land. Did we KO? Okay. Thought we would have with the chip. Perfect. Okay. Haze was definitely the misplay from the Murkrow. That definitely helped. They also made a really good turn 1 double up into the Salamence, which I am shocked by. If I had gotten Tailwind up, I would have still been in a fantastic spot, but Basculegion was still tricky, especially since I didn't think it was going to be Assault Vest Basculegion. Like Assault Vest Basculegion taking the Thunderbolt, but unless it's just bulky Choice Band. It could have been bulky Choice Band too. Actually, looking back at it, it should have been Choice, right? It should have been Choice Locked to either Scarf or Band, because you would have clicked Last Respect in that situation over Crunch. So maybe it was Choice Locked, but either way, I don't really know what to say, man. I guess it was just bulky Band, maybe? It could have been. Rillaboom, Primarina, Dragapult, King Gambit, Magmar, and Sneasler. Okay. Should be pretty alright for the most part. It's just a Dragapult I'm a little bit fearful of. We do have a very good Porygon too, I guess, in this matchup. I mean, Terra Fighting Terra Blast, a Shadow Ball / Ice Beam combination. Might be good here. I do want Decidueye though for the King Gambit. I will bring the Decidueye. I think I want to lead Decidueye plus the Golden Go. I think is pretty reasonable here. Like, I think it's pretty strong, other than the thing is they have Magmar, which makes this a bit awkward. Yeah, Magmar is a bit awkward here. Do I want the rain mode? Probably not. I think I'd probably prefer... I want damage into Primarina. I think I'm going to bring Jolteon. Last Pokemon... Salamence or Porygon? I think Salamence in the back. I'm really weak to King Gambit if I don't bring the... Well, I don't know if I'm Terra stealing or in this game or not, I guess. I think it might be Salamence. I'm just going to try to play or get rid of the King Gambit as much as possible, or like either get rid of it or I'll send in Salamence when it isn't on the board, because I think it's... Yeah, it's just really tough, I think. And I also want a way to help out against Rillaboom too. And Sneasler is also a good backup. We'll see. Gonna be the lead of King Gambit Dragapult. Okay. Against the Decidueye plus the Golden Go. Yeah, this is why I didn't want to really bring Porygon, because they're like, the thing is with Porygon, it makes it a bit awkward. We're gonna go for triple arrows into Make it rain, I think. Or I could Tailwind. Actually, I think I want to Tailwind here. I'm going to Tailwind and Terra Steel, make it rain. We're going to see the swap from King Gambit. So this works out really well for me. What's coming in? Somebody's not take Primarina? I mean, if the Primarina, one of the biggest annoyances of my previous round, wants to take a bunch of damage, be my guest. Be my guest. All right. That's a... Well, let's see what the Dragapult locks itself into. It could be Phantom Force here, which is fine. Yeah, they go for Phantom Force. Okay. So that works out because I will be able to put on so much offensive pressure here. All right. So we go for Make It Rain. We're going to do a ton of damage to the Primarina. So much damage. And it is going to activate a berry. Trying to figure out if I want to set up something for later. So we get the Tailwind up, which is fantastic here. Although I could have Tailwinded the next... actually, I would have probably preferred triple arrows. Not picked up the knock on Primarina and get Tailwind up after the Dragapult attacked. Because now I'm not going to be able to knock out the Dragapult pin. I still think that this is pretty reasonable, though. I could sack Salamence here if I want, but then again, my Sneasler matchup becomes really tough. Triple Arrows doesn't affect the... No, I don't think Triple Arrows does anything into Dragapult or Sucker Punch bypasses. I think we just go for Triple Arrows into Primarina and we go for Make It Rain. All right, they're going to give me that Make It Rain option into the Primarina, so this works out really well. So Primarina goes down. That's an excellent mon to get rid of. I guess they're just trying to bring in King Gambit afterward. But it should be acceptable here because if they want to threaten the Golden Go, they still have to go for a... they have to let themselves be vulnerable to the triple arrows, which is a big deal. Oh, they bring out Sneasler. Interesting. Okay. I mean, if you want to stall out, sure. I don't outspeed Sneasler with this mon. Trying to figure out who you're going to attack with here. I think my best play is to probably just go out into the Salamence. Yeah, it's just to go on a Salamence and click Make It Rain because the Dragapult's locked into the Phantom Force. So it either switches on to King Gambit, which I think is very unlikely because if I triple arrows that slot, which I can, you're in a really bad spot. Or you're going to go for Fake Out into Golden Go Phantom Force, which is what I'm expecting here. Salamence will get the Intimidate, and luckily we don't have the Gambit out on the field. We can set up a Tailwind later in the game too, which is great. They actually retreated the Dragapult. That's so risky, but okay. Into the King Gambit. I mean, it's fine. You go for Fake Out into the Golden Go. All right. I think I'm just going to go for dual Wing Beats into the Sneasler, who's probably just going to protect, and probably a Sword Stance. That Sword Stance is going to be tough. I think I'm just going to go out into Decidueye. I'm going to go out into Decidueye here because unless they kowtow here, maybe I should have protected Salamence because I think they always protect the Sneasler here. And I think they always go for either Sword Stance or they go for the kowtow. If they protect the Sneasler, I should have probably protected Salamence. This was definitely a mistake. The Wing Beats. Keeping Golden Go around as a sack is nice. Yeah, they did Sword Stance. Okay. So we did Intimidate the Sneasler earlier, which is a big thing because I can still go for a Tailwind with Salamence and a triple arrows into this King Gambit. The only ways that they play around this are Sucker Punch into the Sneasler slot or into the Decidueye with a Dire Claw double up, which I might be able to hang on because I do have Citrus Berry here. I think I'm gonna go for it. All right, we see a Terra come out. I imagine this is Gambit. Yep, it's Gambit. Into Terra Dark. Fantastic. I never revealed I had dual wing beats either, so this is actually pretty ideal. They did Sucker Punch my Salamence. Nice, so I get the Tailwind up. And we're going to see Dire Claw into the Hisuian Decidueye. Ooh, we took a bit more than I was anticipating, but we are able to heal with the Citrus Berry. Nice, and I don't think we got secondary status here, so that's great. So we get the Tailwind up, and I think we're in a really good spot. Triple Arrow's going to fire off into the King Gambit. Huge amounts of damage. I'm going to make them choose here. They can either Sucker Punch to take the knockout, or they give me the King Gambit, which if they give me the King Gambit, I think I win with Golden Go Make It Rain plus Jolteon. And if they go for Protect with King Gambit, I get their Sneasler, and then I can still do this. I still double threaten the knockout. So always do Wing Beats plus Triple Arrows. They could double Protect, which is fine because I still make them choose the following turn. We just got to hit dual Wing Beats. Okay, unless they Sucker Punch the... Okay, they Sucker Punch the Decidueye, which is fine too. I'm okay with that trade. Alright, so the Decidueye goes down. Dual Wing Beat's gonna come out into this... into the Sneasler. Pick up that knockout. Fantastic. Okay, so now it's Dragapult King Gambit instead. Which is acceptable. I'm okay with this trade still. Do I want to go Golden Go or do I want to go Jolteon? I think I always go Gold, and I think I double up the Dragapult. Yeah, I think that's always the play. So we're going to go into Golden Go because Choice Specs Make It Rain. They have no switch into. And I'm pretty sure the Gambit's in range of Thunderbolt. So all I have to do is Draco Meteor and double up this Dragapult that can only attack. We are under Tailwind, so we outspeed with both Pokemon. There's only one Sucker Punch option from the King Gambit, which is probably going to Sucker Punch the Gold, which means I get Draco Meteor off into the Dragapult, and then I should be able to win the game with Jolteon plus Salamence. Yep, Sucker Punch. This should be in the Gold. I could have, I guess, switched if I really want to, but if they Sucker Punch the Salamence for some reason, it's never worth it. All right, so goodbye Gold. Please land. Nice. Okay. We might have to land one more, but that should be in a really good spot. This should be a really good spot to win. So I'm going into Jolteon. We have that Focus Sash, and Thunderbolt might pick up the knockout, and if not, we just need to land one move with Salamence. So Draco Meteor into Thunderbolt. And they're probably just going to Sucker Punch the Jolteon, or they Sucker Punch Salamence on a read. We'll see. Sucker Punch into Jolteon. We have that Focus Sash. Let's see if Jolteon can pick up the knockout. Otherwise, I'll go for my best odds. We're going to go for Thunderbolt into the King Gambit. It does pick up the knockout. Okay, beautiful. Whew. All right. Good, good, good. Specs Gold, incredible. Just able to really dish out heavy amounts of damage at the start of the game. But we played super well with the Salamence and the Hisuian Decidueye getting in at the right positions. We were able to... Basically, I think the only play that could have threatened me was the Terra Dark Sucker Punch into Dire Claw, because the Dire Claw ended up doing a bit more to Hisuian Decidueye than I thought. I might have gone down, depending on how much the Sucker Punch does to Hisuian Decidueye with the Citrus Berry recovery, but okay. We were able to get really nice pins as well, and Salamence landed every attack, which was amazing. Sneasler, Male Entity with the Murkrow, Hisuian Typhlosion, Garchomp, and Mousehold. Alright, so really fast side spam oriented team. I don't have priority Tailwind, which stinks here. I do have Pelipper, but they do have Sunny Day. The Sneasler is going to be the scariest part. Gotta figure out a decent position. I do have Trick Room, so they are probably they do have to lead the entity, because if they don't know the team, and yeah, I think they have to lead entity. So I think I lead Jolteon. Jolteon Golden Go is actually pretty reasonable here. Unless it's Scarf Entity. If it's Scarf Entity, it's bad. But I think I'm still going to lead Golden Go plus the Jolteon. In the back, I think Salamence and Porygon too. Yeah, because I don't really need my Hisuian Decidueye. And Porygon... it's not... I mean, it'll probably take a hit. It can fire back damage with Shadow Ball, but I'm not exactly too confident bringing the Porygon 2 in this matchup where I have guaranteed rain with Pelipper. It's good in Garchomp too. Yeah, they lead Entity Mousehold, which actually this is amazing for me. As long as this isn't after you Scarf Male Entity, because I'm pretty sure I can go for Electro Web, make it rain here, and be in a fantastic spot. So I'm going to go for the Electro Web and go for to make it rain, and I should get a double knockout here very safely. So I think they were trying to cover for the Porygon 2 lead, but this should work out beautifully here in my favor because Electro Web at speed control, just being one of the faster mons in the format, going to be such a blessing, and then make it rain will be able to knock out both. All right, we see a Terra. What is Terraing? Male Entity. Don't tell me a Terra Ground. Terra Psychic, that's fine. I wonder why it's Terra Psychicing here. Is it actually Scarf? All right, Expanding Force coming out. Yeah, it is the Choice Scarf on the Male Entity. Okay, so that's perfect. Electro, please land on the Mousehold at least. Okay, beautiful. We land both. So we're going to get a double knockout here. The problem is, do we have enough firepower to guarantee the win here? That's the question. Make a Rain going to take the knockout into the Mousehold and the Entity. Beautiful. It just depends, because if it's Murkrow Typhlosion, I don't exactly feel super happy about the position. Granted, it's definitely a nice start here. We could easily just get reverse swept. Okay. What are you bringing out? Typhlosion Murkrow? Oh, there's Murkrow. If it's Sneasler, then I'm completely fine. Oh, yeah, I think I'm fine. All right, beautiful. Especially because I have Salamence in the back, and Salamence should do really well into the Sneasler. And I have the Scarf Pelipper too. I'm going to go for... what do I want to go for? I think I want to Yawn. Do I want to Yawn? Hold on. So let me think about this. I have options of Thunderbolt or Yawn. I think I'm just going to Thunderbolt the Murkrow because realistically, I think Murkrow is actually really annoying as a threat. Wait, did we see Psychic Seed? We did see Psychic Seed. But I still think Thunderbolt's to play in a Murkrow and go for Make It Rain. I could Terra here, but that's fine. They have Throat Chop. That's acceptable. Okay. So Golden Go goes down, but I am perfectly happy with that as I am going to get the Thunderbolt off into the Murkrow for some pretty heavy damage. Focus Sash? Yeah, Focus Sash. Okay. So it's max speed Murkrow, something I'm going to have to consider. I'll play into the Jolteon. All right. And then I think unless the Murkrow is Protect, but it should be Sunny Day on this team, I should be fine. I'm going to go Salamence and I'm going to go Pelipper. That should be all right. As long as there's no crazy Terra on the Sneasler, like, I don't even know what it needs. Yeah, Salamence gets the Intimidate off, which is nice. We also get the Drizzle active. If they haste to get rid of a boost, I mean, that's kind of annoying, but I still don't think Sneasler can pick up a knockout regardless. I have faster mons. Dual Wing Beats hitting is kind of an ugly situation, I suppose. But yeah, I am going to go for Dual Wing Beats. I'm actually going to target down the Murkrow and double it up. They go for Sunny Day. Okay, that's fine. I wasn't going for Hurricane, thankfully, in that situation. Dire Claw on the Salamence. Okay, no Dire Claw roll, which is nice. So assuming we just landed the Dual Wing Beats, we do pick up the win. Weather Ball going to finish off the Murkrow. I didn't want to Terra the Salamence because we have Terra Steel. Dual Wing Beat's going to come out in the Sneasler and just pick up that knockout. So really, really, really good start. Okay, incredible. I mean, the start was incredible. What they had in the bag, they didn't bring the Typhlosion. So even though we did lose Golden Go without it handling the Sneasler, it was fine because it ended up working out really well. If it was Typhlosion in the back though, oh boy, like I might have actually just got reverse swept by Eruption. So something I would have probably had to consider. I would have had to cover for the Terra Dark, I suppose, and have went for a Yeah, I would have had to cover for the Terra Dark and gone for Electro Web. I think that would have been my hope, or Thunderbolt into Typhlosion so the Eruption is weaker. So maybe Terra Dark was the play because I didn't really need my Terra, I guess, in the game. Looking back at it, it could have been maybe useful on Pelipper so I can resist Dire Claw, but otherwise it really wasn't doing much. Volcarona, Rillaboom, Primarina, Electabuzz. Then it gets a bit weird with the Bronzong and Tyranitar. So an interesting Trick Room route that they have here. They do have the Volcarona, which is actually a bit concerning here. Decidueye is nice against Tyranitar, but I don't need it to win. I really like Salamence. Salamence is good offensively against their team. The Electabuzz makes it weird for setting up anything, I think. The question is, do I want to bring Porygon 2? Because Porygon 2 does help me with speed control against a Bronzong with Trick Room, and I do have Shadow Ball, which is nice. The only difficult part is if I do leave Porygon behind, if I'm not able to deny Trick Room, it gets very awkward. And I mean very awkward. Salamence is good, but it's very strange the Salamence set. I mean, it helps because I don't have to go for like Hurricanes. I think Salamence is probably all right though. I think Salamence Golden Go makes a lot of sense to me lead wise, as long as they don't lead specifically Electabuzz Volcarona, which against the Rain team is, I think, unlikely. So I'm gonna lead Salamence plus the Golden Go. Pelipper, Weather is nice, but it's not necessary. I think I'm gonna do Jolteon and I'm gonna have Porygon. Porygon specifically for the Bronzong part. The problem is without Pelipper, I'm really relying on Salamence to beat the Volcarona. And I don't know what kind of Volcarona is, because Volcarona does get access to Terra Fairy, which has been a more popular set recently. Although I can't tell with this team. Looks like it would be, I think, Terra Grass, but we'll see. Oh boy, why did I speak in the Electabuzz plus the Volcarona? Great, that's not a great lead here, or a great start. Okay. Granted, it's manageable, but yikes, not a great lead here. I could switch out, but I kind of lose a lot of momentum, I think, if I do. So I'm actually going to just throw off a Shadow Ball into the Electabuzz, and I think I'm going to go for a Draco Meteor into that Electabuzz as well. I'm just going to try to get rid of it. Volcarona protects, which is incredible. Are they going for Electro Web, I guess? Okay, Draco Meteor comes out into the Electabuzz. That's a great start for me if I'm able to KO the Electabuzz with the combination of Shadow Ball. Hopefully we do outspeed, and we do outspeed. Nice. So Electabuzz, how well do you take this Choice Spec Shadow Ball? You do not take it well. Okay, so I think they were trying to scout for something here. I think maybe they just wanted speed advantage with the Electro Web. I'm surprised we didn't see Follow Me, but it works out. Maybe they were scanning for like Rock Slide. Rock Slide, I guess, could have been a thing on Salamence. I do have Life Orb Dual Wing Beats, which is good. I don't think I need to really. I think I could just play on the offense now. Volcarona just protected. I don't see a problem with going for Dual Wing Beats into Shadow Ball into the Volcarona slot. And it looks like there is no protect. So Life Orb Dual Wing Beats, that's incredible damage. Unfortunately, we do get Flame Body, which is going to depend on the Volcarona item. Okay, it's not Citrus Berries, so. Oh, it still hangs on. Okay. That's not good. Let's fire off a Heat Wave. I think we should take one with Golden Go. We barely do. Yep. Shadow Ball gonna be fired off into the Volcarona response. So we are up 4-2 right now. Probably gonna be 3-2. I don't know who they're taking the knockout on though with the Primarina. Hyper Voice or Moonblast? Hyper Voice gonna come out, pick up the knockout into Golden Go. Man, would have been super strong if we didn't get burned, but you know what, we still have a pretty good job. Unfortunately, that is the Throat Spray active on the Primarina. All right. Oh, this is scary. So I don't have Protect with either of these Pokemon, so Rillaboom could be an issue. I'm going into Porygon, and I want to see. Oh, Tyranitar. Did I lose to Tyranitar? I might. All right, bring out the Porygon. Yeah, this is going to be a bit awkward. Yeah, how am I being Tyranitar? I guess I do have Fighting Terra Blast, but the problem is there's a Primarina still. I guess I still have to risk it, right? I think I still got to go for Terra Blast, Terra Fighting. And I'm going to go for Tailwind. Is Tailwind correct? So I outspeed Tyranitar always? I am faster than most Tyranitar. So, you know what? I'm going to go for the Terrifying Terra Blast. They don't usually run Protect. And I'm going to go for Draco Meteor, I suppose, into Tyranitar as well. In case they Terra. If they Terra to Flying, it's weak to Jolteon, though. So that's still nice. All right. Throwing out the Terra onto Porygon. For the Terra Fighting Terra Blast. The question is, what did Primarina click? I feel like he probably just clicked Hyper Voice, but we'll see. Okay, no Protects, no Terras. Fantastic. Draco Meteor into Tyranitar gets that little bit of chip. Please be faster with Porygon so I don't get knocked off as well. Nice. Terra Fighting Terra Blast in the Tyranitar. I feel like this should KO. Beautiful. Okay, Tyranitar goes down. That's a great start. Moonblast. Oh, they target a Porygon. That's not good. That's not good. I think I still lose to the Primarina in the end, actually. Oh, I think I lose to the Primarina still in the end. Because of the sand, especially too. They have Terra. Oh, no. Yeah, I think I lose because unfortunately Jolteon's not going to be bulky enough. Dang. Oh, not much I can do. I think it comes down to the dual Wing Beats burn. Like it actually does. Unless I decide not to Terra there. But if I didn't Terra and took the knockout on Tyranitar, knockoff into a Moonblast was still knocking me out anyway. So I think I had to go for that play. I think it just came down to not getting burned. So I could have actually done more damage with the dual Wing Beats. Or knocked out the Volcarona, avoided the Heat Wave damage. And then Golden Ghost still around. Can go for Make It Rain. Unfortunately. Just not my luck. I think even if I got burned on the second dual Wing Beats, it was fine because Volcarona still went down. But 30%. Interesting to see Primarina Terras. I feel like you should have just protected, but oh, they just Terra Protect. Not sure about why. Just, like you protect first and then Terra, because I don't think there's a single downside. But yeah, unfortunately, like Salamence. Yeah, also like if we didn't take the burn, I mean, obviously there was a Volcarona, but also like we did go down a lot faster because of the burn. We took so much chip from the burn. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Yeah, there's nothing I can do, unfortunately, because Jolteon cannot hit the Primarina. We probably go down to the Moonblast after the Drought Spray boost. Unlucky. Unlucky. But yeah, not much I think, unless I decided not to bring... Maybe Pelipper was correct? Pelipper would have been weird though, because of the Choice Scarf on the Pelipper. I can only lock into one of Weather Ball or Hurricane, and it makes it very awkward. Because I also boosted the Primarina, but also it's not guaranteed. Yeah. All right, let's go to games. In game one, able to do a lot of damage using the Choice Specs Golden Go and set up for an excellent end game for Hisuian Decidueye and Jolteon to clean up the remaining Sneasler and King Gambit. In game 2, Electroweb was very clutch on Jolteon, allowing Golden Go to Shadow Ball the Delphox before it could move. Then was able to get Golden Go into a great spot, claiming 2 knockouts with Make It Rain alongside Talon Speed Control to seal the win. In game 3, Toxic Orb Tatsugiri, but took a long time to set up, was able to catch the Incineroar knockout and position well with the Fake Tears Jolteon to allow strong special attacks to knock out the Dondozo before the Flamigo could come in to copy the stats with Co-Star. In game 4, don't know what my opponent was thinking with no Hattering Bring when the first knockout happened on the Porygon 2, with Indy coming in, preventing a Sucker Punch from the King Gambit into my Golden Go so I could claim another knockout. But Fake Tears Jolteon and Golden Go just ended up sweeping them with Terra Steel Make It Rain. In game 5, no Charcadet spotted unfortunately, but a clutch Terra Dark Jolteon and surviving the eruption on 2 HP was able to get damage into Basculegion, which locked into Crunch, I assume being choice locked to cover for a back Porygon 2, since it would be walling the Blast Respects and needed to hit Salamence as well, but did not work for my opponent. In game 6, a good start and was able to force my opponent to pick trades, which worked very favorably for me as long as Salamence hit its attacks, which thankfully it did. In game 7, a strong start, securing 2 knockouts with the Jolteon Golden Go combination on turn 1 thanks to Electro Web, and then was able to quickly knock out the Murkrow and Sneasler afterward. In game 8, had a great turn 1, but just needed not to get burned on the first hit of dual wing beats, being one of the downsides to this move, and it allowed the Volcarona to survive the second hit and fire a heat wave into Golden Go. This then snowballed out of control with Porygon being forced to Terra to deal with Tyranitar, but nothing to deal with the Terra Grass Primarina. Maybe switching out Golden Go could have been fun, but if the Volcarona had a defensive Terra like Fairy, I needed the offensive pressure against it anyway, and that meant Primarina couldn't Terra or Tyranitar couldn't Terra, so I just had straightforward attacks with, I think, the Porygon 2 alongside the Jolteon would have been able to actually clean up, but because they had the Terra and because they were able to hang on, it ended up being a very different story. It's funny because as soon as Regulation H was announced, with how much I did enjoy Regieleki, me and a few other players did think that Jolteon could have a lot of potential in the format, and I'm not surprised that it was actually able to do well. Its speed tier is really good in this format. Very few Pokemon are able to outspeed it. The only problem is it does underspeed the Dragapult, which is a little bit annoying, but Choice Specs Golden Go is really nice into like the Dragapult Sneasler, because unless their Terra goes Terra Blast, they can't threaten the Golden Go immediately. So very strong there, especially with the Electro Web on Jolteon. I felt like the team was really cool. I did like the Jolteon Golden Go combination a lot. I think those were my favorite parts of the team. Seeing Decidueye I thought was great because you do need an answer to the King Gambit, as well as the Tailwind speed control was nice. Pelipper was a cool combination with the follow-up on Jolteon. The Salamence was interesting with the Tailwind and Intimidate, which I did appreciate. This Porygon 2 set was really weird. We didn't get to feature off much, but I think it was just because I probably would lean towards the other mons, again, more for the trickery matchup, and a bit harder to use because I just am not too familiar with like no bulk Porygon 2 calcs, but could have definitely come in handy with the download boosting a special attack potentially and getting really strong hits. If you'd like to try out the team for yourself, the rental code is on the screen. If you would like to try it out, hopefully it's still available by the time the video is released, but otherwise you can check out the details of the team and the creator down below in the description, and of course subscribe to the channel for more VGC content as always.